For wonderful music, and what I really love is the heart that you can feel as you guys play, and it's obvious that it is worship unto the Lord. Now, we said in the introduction that you're a new band, so tell us about this band.
Well, we have formed recently, and but we've actually been working together over the past 5 years. But it's just kind of how it happened recently, and we're comprised of couples actually. I am Jeff Butterworth is my last name, and that's not English origins as you might guess. And this is my lovely wife Brianna, and these are our friends that live in the UK right now.
Yeah. I'm Andy Baker from London, England.
And I'm Dana.
So Dana, you're originally from this area. So how did you get connected with Andy?
Yeah, I am originally from Missouri. I grew up with Jeff in Missouri. But I went to be a missionary for several years in Eastern Europe. And it was there that I met Andy at a worship conference in the Czech Republic. And we've stayed in touch and got married eventually and introduced Jeff and Andy so they could play music together.
So that's how everybody got connected. Now, there are two members that aren't up here with us right now.
Yes, we have Dallas McCain and his wife Hannah, who's been a big part, and Ben Dobbs playing bass, and his wife Lizanna, who's been a huge part.
And you two are from the Nashville area.
As well as our bass and drummer.
As long as
That's
bass
right,
and
yeah.
drummer. So,
However, I was born in England.
isn't that something?
So when I met a brother from my own country that doesn't talk like me because I grew up in the U.S., just the music kind of started to happen. So it's kind of getting back to my roots for me.
Amazing, God started connecting you a long time ago.
Yeah.
So how did you come about the name Paradigm?
Well, we've been talking for years about doing something. Our hearts are all really geared toward worship. And, you know, we don't want to just play music. We want to worship. And so when we worship, we want to be, you know, in the presence of God, which is such a different place to the place that we live on earth with all the, you know, distractions of life and all the things. You know, we want to be in the place of His presence, which is almost like moving to a different paradigm. So we really just want to be in the paradigm of worship.
Sounds like a good place to be to me. You have just had some wonderful opportunities lately.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to go to London, England for the Olympics. We went and played for a YWAM festival the week before the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and kind of preparing the ground for what we feel like God wants to do there at this time. And we feel like it's a very fertile season for that place and for a revival.
We've got a big heart for nations and for Europe and a lot of other nations. And one of our songs is written by a friend from Australia, so that for some reason we just have a call to several nations.
To the world. God has called you to the world to lead into that place of worship. Why would you say your mission is as a group? What is your calling, if you could put a word on it?
I can definitely do that. Our calling is to help particularly young people to help them rise up and be a generation that seeks God's face. That has been the mission that God has given us through prayer. As we prayed, that we want to see them become a generation that seeks His face. And, you know, there's a lot of things pulling at them right now, and we want to be something that's pointing them to Jesus.
Yeah. You just finished a tour of the UK. Tell us a little bit about what God did during that tour.
Tina?
We saw people come together from so many nations for the Olympics, and we were so blessed to get to lead worship for people from, I think 30 different nations were there, and so humbling experience. And then we got to lead worship for a bunch of young people, hundreds of young people actually, that were going out to the streets to do ministry during the Olympics. So quite an amazing opportunity indeed.
And we got to experience some of the events going right past where I live. And,
Where I live too.
Where we live.
Yeah. That was pretty special to get to do your ministry in your home.
That's right,
yeah. Exactly.
And,
or on our front door.
And see the world come to your front door.
yeah, absolutely.
That was amazing.
Such a special thing to get to be involved in. Well, you have great songs, and I know that you all write many of those songs, and they come from your heart. And you were telling me that you've just had the opportunity to do a recording.
Yeah, so we've actually been working on it for a long time, but it really kind of materialized in the last, several months. And so we have finished it. It's called All Fall Down. That's the name of one of our songs. And it is available on our website, ParadigmWorshipInternational.com. And you can access it from there, and we'd love, also on iTunes, you can search for Paradigm Worship, and it'll be there. And so we're excited about getting that going.
Well, I suspect that God is going to open a lot of doors for you all, and that your music's going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives. We'll be right back with Paradigm Worship.